Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. The joy, the highs and the lows of being a Liverpool supporter have happened in like the last 24 hours or so. But we will get into it as obviously we are talking obviously about Moises Caicedo. Yes, we all thought that something was potentially going to happen, but we will get into it. We will get into it. But obviously, do leave a like on the video as you come in, and do subscribe if you are new. We are getting very, very close to 2.6k as well, which is absolutely amazing as well. But let me say hello to a few of you because I have seen a few of you in here to say the very, very least. Earlier, Predator Gaming was in earlier. Hello, mate. Hope you are well. Lester for Life was also in earlier as well. You go for me. Brian Marcy was in as well. 100 million to burn Vegas, baby. Yeah, absolutely. And obviously, I did say obviously I would put it back to 10 o'clock because Manchester City have beaten Burnley by 3 goals to 0 this evening. So no worries. Hello, Hannah, as well. I don't understand why we tried to bid in for a player that doesn't want to sign for us, and Levy seems off to because if I'm to will probably accept the 48 million. And then he has gone. Oh, sorry, they did pay the 50 million, but we will get into it. We will get into it. Trust me, we will get into it. I'll get into your comments as well. Just Anna says we got the go ahead from the players' people, so we bid and they agreed personal terms with us. Yeah, like it's. We will get into it. We will get into it because there is a lot to discuss. That is a mental shirt. Thank you very much. Yeah, probably quite apt for the day. Probably apt for the day. Let me say, plot twist, dang. Yeah, it does absolutely. Hello, curlers. Nice to see you in the chat, my friend. Hope you're well. So Caicedo's gone elsewhere. Who did Liverpool go for? Because they're still Wilshere. Yeah. Well, we will get into it. As I said, we will get into it. Pete Shepherd, hello. I hope you are well. Big blow for the rest. No reason to buy a player that doesn't want to be there. Hi, Douglas. Hope your wife is well and things are good with the pregnancy. Everything is going very, very well, mate. Everything is going very, very well. And yeah, absolutely, absolutely as well. And Brian Morrissey is in as well. Ian Cleland is also in. Here's a question: you've spent 70 million on. I think that's meant to say Sabosloy. You refused to pay 50 million for Lavia, but somehow have 117 million for Caicedo. Where's the money come? There's obviously money there. There's obviously money there, and I think people need to get away from the fact that yes, Liverpool do spend money. They do spend money, and there is obviously money there to be spent. But I think this has been a whole completely rubbish transfer saga, and one we didn't really need. One thing we didn't really need as well. Hello, Brian. Oh, Football Rapids, and hello, mate. Chelsea are making moves and new players. You certainly are. Hello, Douglas. Hope you're well, as everyone in the chat. Evening, Nate. Alan starting early. Big up, can't stay long. How are you? I'm not bad. Look, I'm not too bad. So he can go and beep beep. You know what? Yeah, absolutely. The Henderson Fabinho deals if everybody's okay. Yeah, but yeah, they have absolutely. They have indeed. But let's go back to the early hours of this morning. The early hours of this morning. Now, I tried my best to stay up until the early hours in the morning. I knew something was happening. I knew something was happening because a lot of excitement was happening. So let's sort of rewind a wee bit. So Chelsea offered £48 million for Romeo Lavia, who Liverpool have been linked with for a number of weeks, number of months. The next again day, about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, there was a report saying that Liverpool have hijacked Chelsea's bid for Moises Caicedo. Now, to that extent, you have to say that yes, I was getting a little bit like, okay, something is going to happen, but I was keeping my hopes relatively sort of short. I didn't want to get them. I didn't want to get my hopes up because I think we've obviously seen, and obviously this is a big example today as well. If they're not signed paperwork yet, if they're not holding like a shirt, they're not holding up a scarf, then it's not a done deal. Now, You can say full agreement and all this. Like journalists can say full agreement in this, but you look at what has happened recently. Players can fail medicals, and we've seen a couple of deals this summer that have actually failed medicals. Um, so that was something that I was like, okay, something might happen. Then around 9:30, 10 o'clock, there was more sort of rumours coming out. Liverpool were about to make a bid. Now, what happened was midnight struck. Basically, Brighton gave Liverpool and Chelsea like an auction to the highest bidder. What happened? So Chelsea put in £100 million bid. I think this was about half past midnight because obviously I was asleep by then. Then Liverpool gazumped it by another 10 million to get to 110 million. But you can say 110 million, you can say 111 million. Brighton then accepted Liverpool's bid for Moises Caicedo. And then there's all like excitement, like everyone's like waking up and saying, "Yep, yep, yep, yep." Everyone's waking up to the excitement of potentially Moises Caicedo coming to Liverpool for a British record transfer fee. And then, well, I've got the screenshots. I do have the screenshots. Let me just say that because I do actually have them here. So obviously, Fabrizio Romano has been completely on top of sort of Liverpool transfer news, but it wasn't potentially first him, if we have to say this, because it was David Ornstein, and he broke the news last night. Liverpool reached agreement with Brighton to sign Moises Caicedo for a British record £110 million. Brighton and Hove Albion held the auction and using midnight deadline, as I've obviously just been discussing. LFC highest bidder, Chelsea at 100 million. Personal terms of formality and medical plan for Friday in Liverpool. So everything was going, well after that. Then obviously Fabrizio Romano comes in. Breaking, Liverpool submitted their official bid for Moises Caicedo tonight, and Brighton are set to accept. LFC bid set to break English transfer record up to 110 million total fee. Moises Caicedo will become a Liverpool player on Friday if all goes to plan. Now, Jurgen Klopp had his press conference about 10 o'clock this morning. This is what he had to say as well. I got told I can confirm the Moises Caicedo deal is agreed with the club. Now, hasn't said anything about player, hasn't said anything about obviously like personal terms agreed. Obviously, there was a deal agreed with the club. With the player, we will have to see. So there you go. Medical today, I can't tell you. I don't know. We gave it a go, and the club have really stretched it, to be honest. And then almost immediately, about 12 o'clock, this comes out. Chelsea are not giving up on Moises Caicedo deal despite medical booked. Chelsea have no intention to give up until contracts already prepared by Liverpool and Brighton are signed. Nothing been signed yet. Most incredible transfer saga of the summer is still on. And then the inevitable came. Exclusive. Moises Caicedo has just informed Liverpool that he only wants to join Chelsea. Now, this has been highly documented that he wants London. He has said time and time again, Moises Caicedo wants to stay in London. Now, I fully get that. A lot of footballers would want to stay in London. Caicedo decided to keep his word and only accept Chelsea as personal terms were agreed since end of May. Chelsea said to bid again in order to get a deal done with Brighton. So that's what has happened recently. It's disappointing, but I'm going to ask a big question here, chat. Why have we gone in for a player that clearly wants to join Chelsea? Chelsea have been in negotiations for completely, the last 3-4 weeks to try and get Moises Caicedo. Why have Liverpool already gone in with a bid knowing that Caicedo wants to go to Chelsea? Now, this isn't the club's fault. It's not FSG's fault because they've obviously wanted to, get Caicedo for this Liverpool side. But the fact is, we've literally gone in blind and basically offered for a player who clearly wants to join another club. This is where I'm really starting to get really annoyed with this window because Romeo Lavia, we seem to be haggling over sort of 5 million, 45 million. Southampton have said completely, they've said completely over this whole window, 50 million or nothing. 50 million or nothing. Now, it looks like from the reports tonight, which I am going to read, potentially Chelsea have hijacked Romeo Lavia as well. They've got full agreement apparently with Southampton for that. But Lavia wants to join Liverpool. So this whole saga is just getting into almost sort of soap opera. It's mad. It's absolutely mad with what is happening this evening. And look, Chelsea have already said no to a deal today. Tyler Adams, medical was done. Medical was done completely. Everything was about to be finalised. Tyler Adams was in London. No, sorry. Chelsea have pulled out the deal to sign Tyler Adams because there were other reports saying that apparently Chelsea couldn't afford Caicedo. The whole thing has been a complete mess. And once again, Liverpool are underprepared for the season. They're underprepared for the season. No DM, no left-sided centre back, which we badly need. We need another 2 midfielders at least. And this is what really, really annoys me and and pisses me off. Sorry, is the fact that we have offered 110 million to get Caicedo. Everyone knows that we now have money to spend. So you think Southampton would go to Liverpool and say, "Oh, here you go." No, we're changing the deal. We're changing the deal up to 60 million. We've got money to spend now. We do have money to spend. So if we miss out on these two, I'm absolutely gutted. But I always say, never celebrate a transfer until they're holding a shirt, holding a scarf, or signed the paperwork. That's all I will say. I will get into your comments as well because I do know there are a lot of comments in here, and I will get to your comments as well. Let me just see where we got up to. Evening elevator. Well, Talio Douglas, Liverpool gets Caicedo. Remains to be seen, my friend. Remains to be seen. I will get into your comments. Just because we have 111 million quid doesn't mean we should spunk it all on any old player. So yeah, we were right to try and strike a bargain for Lavia. Yeah, 100%. 100%. I knew that Caicedo was not going to sign for us because he's always wanted Chelsea. Yeah, absolutely. And he's always wanted to go to London as well. He's always wanted to go to London. Lavia is a really good young player from the City Academy. He might be worth the price. I think Lavia is being touted as potentially one of those CDMs that's going to be one of the best in the world for very, very soon as well. Pete, maybe, but Klopp has shown his hypocrisy from 5 years ago, saying he would never spend over 100 million on a player, then doesn't have a good look on him, in my opinion. Look, Klopp even actually said today that he was wrong with what he said 5 years ago. He was wrong with what he said 5 years ago. But yeah, like it's one of those things anyway. I even said this morning I wanted to see the Axel lean before going next. Exactly. That's another thing. The Axel lean. The old famous Liverpool lean when they've signed. Yeah. But it is what it is. Hello, mate. Chris Welsh. Good evening, mate. Hope you're well. And I know the fact that other clubs know we have the money just makes them more embarrassing. Yeah, absolutely. It really does. Klopp has no control over a hyper-inflated market, but yeah, no, he doesn't. So we're just going to ignore the minions. I have seen a few of your comments in the chat. Yes. I think this was a pretty apt T-shirt to wear. Because of basically what's happened today is literally Gru and his minions getting crazy. But to say, verbal agreements mean nothing until wages are agreed. Seen plenty of deals fall the last hurdle over wages. Yeah, apparently as well. Caicedo, apparently Chelsea were prepared to offer more money. Apparently, 300k a week is the potential wages that Chelsea are potentially offering Caicedo, which is absolutely mad. As well, hello Vicky as well, loving the t-shirt. Thank you very much. As well, I know that he needs to be held accountable for even quoting that. Just imagine the locker room though. If he actually now says yes to Liverpool, how can you walk in there? Yeah, exactly. That's another thing, Pete, isn't it? That's another thing to look at. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good at all. That's all. Held accountable what way? Do you think Klopp should pay some kind of penalty for not liking expensive transfers yet being forced for reasons beyond his control to do it anyway? Well, I will throw this back at you, Ian. The amount of money that Arsenal are spending at this moment in time. Arteta, since he's been at Arsenal, he's spent about 421 million. That's more than Liverpool have spent in these last few windows, as well. Even when Brighton accepted the offer and he would reject, yeah, it is what it is. That was about 10 years ago. 6 years in Wormwood Scrubs. Hit that like button, people, please. Yes, Alan, absolutely do hit the like button and do subscribe to the channel if you are new. I do appreciate it. With no chance of pro Brian Morrissey. He's a Manchester United fan. He's doing the right thing. He should never have came out and said that years ago, knowing it would be mentioned if he did. And yes, it was about 10 years ago, but some fans hold the managers. Transfer would be crazy. Of course, no matter how long ago it was, I am one of them. Caicedo going to Chelsea looks like that. Come on now, he's allowed to give his opinions, especially when asked. It's not his fault. Inflation exists. 9 weeks, Chelsea been in talks over Caicedo. Yeah, look, that's the thing, isn't it? Considering the guy's Manchester United fan, what did you expect, especially since we didn't agree terms? Yeah. It is what it is, isn't it? The Caicedo made his intentions clear about only wanting to join Chelsea. Yeah, it's been highly documented, does that he's wanted to we wanted to obviously, be in there as well. I'm just going to check something because according to this, there is a sort of a battle between the journalists tonight. Fabrizio Romano is actually reporting that apparently Liverpool are prepared to walk away from the deal, but then you're getting James Pearce and Paul Joyce saying that Liverpool are still in for Caicedo. But I'll go through your comments and then I will go through that. I thought we did agree personal terms. To be honest with you, I've just kind of lost interest in the whole thing. To be honest with you, I've got to say that. The whole thing is a mess for me. Brighton deadline was midnight last night, but now they extend it. Consider what did Arsenal? Yes, exactly. I did what Arsenal in January, then what Chelsea, then what Liverpool, then what? Yeah, it's mind blowing, mate. Absolutely mind blowing. So there are 23 of you in here. Please do remember to hit that like button and do hit that subscribe button if you're new as well. Excuse me, Caicedo only wanted to join Arsenal as well at one point. No, we bid enough 110 million. Brighton accepted, and Caicedo said no. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. As all we all know, it's Caicedo's agent doing this. Yeah, his agent's got a lot to answer for. As well, his agent has got a lot to answer for, and this is why I keep saying I hate football agents. I really, really do. I really do. The guys that have done this for years, hype signings that they would never have got. It's spin to trick fans into thinking that they're going for quality targets. Yeah, absolutely is. It does feel like a bit of a PR stunt from FSG. Isn't Chelsea under FFP? Yes, they are. So Chelsea are still spending. They get Lavia, they get Caicedo. That's 166 million more onto them. I think that's 700 million. I think they've spent. They're even wanting the lad from Palace. What's his name? Olise. I think it's Michael Olise. Chelsea are facing financial fair play sanctions anyway from like the previous organization of like Roman Abramovich. This is mad. This is absolutely mad. Let me just take a drink there. Curtis Jones in the 6. Possibly, mate. Lavia and Adams filled that DM hole. They gambled last year to hold out for the big midfield signing this summer, and it left them badly. Yeah, definitely. Personally, I don't want Caicedo now. I don't want Caicedo. How if you're clearly desperate to want Chelsea, if you're clearly desperate to want Chelsea, why would you want to move to Liverpool? I I don't know many players who have turned down Liverpool for, Klopp as well. Um, it's one of the few, anyway. It's one of the few. The guys have brought new class players from Man U, though. Yeah, they have. Yeah, they have. Annie McGuire, as well. Eldon transfers. Hello, mate. Hope you're well. I saw a comment. It was bound to happen. Caicedo to Chelsea. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, John, as well. Big up, John Conway. Hope you're well as well. As a Chelsea fan, Liverpool bid 110 million. Moises Caicedo, he's a Liverpool player, and he says no to Liverpool. Yeah, this all happened in the early hours of the morning. And as Lavia signs for Chelsea as well, which is likely, then these owners should just sell the effing club. I, I mean, I've actually titled the video. Obviously, Caicedo rejects Liverpool for Chelsea. Who do we go for now? I mean, there's not many DMs out there. Not many DMs that you would say, quality. There was starting to look like they might be falling behind with following the original model. They made a good money on the sales, but they had no one ready to promote from within or replace them. And this is the thing, Julio. You're absolutely right. Fabinho and Henderson left. Henderson wanted to go. I think it was highly documented he wanted to go. Fabinho was a professional throughout the whole thing. Was a professional throughout the whole thing. They caught us off guard because I don't think anyone expected Fabinho or Henderson to be both leaving, especially with the midfielders that have gone out as well. Really interesting. Good evening, Statman Stubbs. Hope you're well. Evening, mate. This screams to me that Chelsea are trying to drive the price up. When does FFP get involved? Surely Chelsea can't afford Caicedo, Lavia, and Olise. We aren't playing Monopoly. That's mad, isn't it, mate? It is absolutely mad. It is absolutely mad. Right. I'll be honest, Tchouameni is a pipe dream. Kefren Turam could potentially go back in for him, but I don't know. I don't know this stage. Chelsea's getting Elise as well. Looks like it. 650 million is what Arteta spent. Wow. 650 million. Thanks, Curlers. Chelsea aren't getting both Caicedo and Lavia, in my opinion. Still one or the other. Yeah, it looks like it. We already pulled out Thuram and Tchouameni wants to wants to stay at Madrid. Do you ever wish that Chelsea never made those situations like in 2005 when Sir Alex Ferguson and Wenger kept people earning wages? I don't know, Vicky, to be honest. I mean, this is the thing as well. Like under the Roman Abramovich regime, you saw the players come in. You saw the players come in. The owner that Chelsea have got right now, Todd Bowley, he's a psychopath. He is a psychopath. Literally, Chelsea are facing financial fair play sanctions, but they're like, screw it. I'll buy you, and give you 6, 7, 8, 9 year contracts. It's ludicrous. It's absolutely ludicrous of what is happening at Chelsea. Absolutely. Chelsea, Manchester City should be banned from European football. There was a point when UEFA banned City for financial fair play. I actually think all journalists don't know what they're talking about, to be honest. Let's see when we see a Scarfing Club announcement. Absolutely. Romano's always right. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm not so sure he is right. I mean, it's still pinned tweet is obviously it still says Moises Caicedo is just informed Liverpool only wants to join Chelsea. Let me see what else he said tonight about Caicedo. Excuse me. So this was an hour ago. Understand Chelsea are now in contact with Brighton to discuss their new bid for Moises Caicedo. Talks on. Liverpool prepared to walk away from the deal. And then an hour ago, he was sort of told Liverpool now consider to walk away from Moises Caicedo deal. More to follow. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say, Brian. But it feels like Chelsea are sort of, or someone is feeding along the lines of Chelsea want to get Caicedo as well. It's pretty mad as well, but like it is that. Not always Brian. Nope, absolutely not Chris Welsh. In this instance, I think it's safe to say the journals have been briefed by the clubs and are being used to duke it out. Yeah, that's the way I feel, Hannah. That is the way I feel as well. Excuse me. Caicedo agent is one of those ones that basically owns him, owns his playing rights, etc. It's really shady. Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. My Twitter is actually playing up on the iPad. So give me a wee minute. Let's have a wee look what James Pearce has said, because I think there is obviously something happening. But apparently James Pearce is one of the ones that's actually saying, no, hold up. So this was an hour ago from James Pearce. So Fabrizio Romano saying Liverpool considering walking away from the Caicedo deal. And not according to James Pearce, LFC still in the race for Caicedo. It will all come down to what Chelsea do. As things stand, Liverpool's still the only club to have agreed to deal with Brighton. So this talks now of saying Chelsea haven't made another bid to get Caicedo. So what are they doing? Are they waiting for Liverpool to pull out of a deal? Are they waiting to get Lavia through the door? Are they waiting to get it done tomorrow? No idea. But what you can say is this. This is completely a shambles from both parties. Both parties. I know Chris only messing. Well, Brian. FSG out, disgraceful, unambitious, and greedy owners. If you don't want to bid 50 for Lavia, move on. Also, why bid for Caicedo if you're not sure he joins? Yeah, exactly. Romano is only right on deals between foreign clubs or foreign club players going to the Premier League, for example. Yeah, absolutely. We are Gruen, Chelsea are minions. Feels like it. No FFP, no more. It's different layers now. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say. After the 19 season, they spent so much money as well, signed Werner, Havertz, Ziyech, Mendy, and Chilwell. Yeah. And look, you have to give credit where credit's due. Chelsea have done the best business out of anybody in this transfer window. But the amount of outgoings that they've managed to get out as well, but something is definitely shady as well. The clubs know you have the money there. All going, yeah, exactly. If Chelsea get Lavia and Caicedo, they have spent £370 million. Wowie. That's all. By the way, if I'm Lavia, I'm telling Liverpool to do one because he's right to say, well, no, you went for Caicedo. Hello, Sport Cup. Well, one would like to thank Liverpool spoke to Caicedo and he gave the green light to bid. No way we bid a world record bid without speaking to the player first. Caicedo needs to bin off his agent. Yeah, 100% stat man. Liverpool fans are wondering what they're going through. Yeah, exactly. Why does everyone hate Chelsea? I think it's your owner. I think since he's come in, he seems to be spending money like he's at a candy store. I don't particularly hate Chelsea as a sort of a football club. I mean, Sunday's game is going to be massive. If you didn't think Sunday's game was going to be massive already, this game on Sunday is going to be really interesting. I think there'll be a very hostile atmosphere from both sides, to say the very least, because potentially you could see in both Caicedo and Lavia at Chelsea, but it's absolute madness. Oh, Indy Kalia. I'm not even going to read what Indy Kalia said 4 hours ago because it's ridiculous, to say the very least. With Chelsea, if they sell 10 players for 50 million, they then have no FFP issues. Right now, they are buying what they want, but at some point, they have to mass sell to balance the books. Yeah, absolutely. Now, it's the FSG out. All sports are corrupted these days. Chelsea finding loopholes around FFP. It's a joke. Yep, it is absolutely. Good evening, Niall Kane. This saga is mental. I was reading the thinking they was going to Liverpool. Chelsea just love to piss people off and licking their lips, rubbing their hands. Yeah, they certainly do, mate. They certainly do. One thing to say is we're entering the season unprepared and in a mess, and with the way we're going, I worry another fifth place or lower. We'll see. Hello, SSB28. Hope you're well. Good night, guys. The Greenwood has killed my moment tonight. The Greenwood has killed my moment tonight. What's happened there? Greenwood? I'm not sure. Is that about Mason Greenwood? I have seen what is potentially being said about Mason Greenwood, but I'm not going to discuss on here anyway. I don't know how FFP hasn't had an impact on us yet, but I'll take it. So it's Ornstein versus Romano right now. It seems to be Ornstein, James Pearce, Paul Joyce versus Fabrizio Romano as well. Chelsea playing career mode. They're playing fantasy football. They're playing Football Manager. They're playing. Actually, I'll give you a game. I'll give you a game from the early sort of 2000s. LME Manager. They're playing that. Yes, Vicky, you okay? Lots of the saga doesn't go on like Connor Ben, saga and boxing. If you know, you know. All aboard the roller coaster ride. Look all right. The saga reminds me of the battle with Arsenal, Man City, and Declan Rice. It's not as sort of big as that, I would say. I wouldn't say it's as big as that. Top Bully may be crazy, but sounds ambitious. He wants the club to do the best. There is going to be a time, Sportcat, that your club is going to be heavily, heavily sanctioned for financial fair play. I think you're going to be, sanctioned that. There's one element of our club covered for these owners. I always find it weird that after winning the Champions League and finishing second in 2019, the only time set Vandenberg and Adrian. We haven't strengthened when we needed to. You remember Alex Ferguson. You remember Alex Ferguson at Manchester United. What was the best thing he'd always did? Always strengthened. Every single time you won something or came second or third, he always strengthened the squad. That's what we've not done as well. Sorry, guys. I am feeling a little bit deflated. Let me just say that. But until the player agrees wages, the deal ain't done. The clubs can agree all day. The player has to sign the contract. Yeah, they're working on the bit of Todd Bully involved. I heard from a friend who's a Chelsea fan. But at the same time, we entered the 21-22 season unprepared too, and we won 2 cups and came second in the Premier and UEFA Champions League. So who knows? Yeah, we certainly did. This simply isn't FSG's fault. So no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. As well. Let me just see what's the latest is on Caicedo. Ian Doyle has now got involved as well. Liverpool have not walked away from their bid for Moises Caicedo. It seems Chelsea and Liverpool are now embroiled in a remarkable game of brinkmanship over Caicedo and Lavia. If Chelsea want both, they will have to spend around 165 million, which is a lot for 2 players in the same position. Yeah, and then Sky Sports came out and said Chelsea are close to reaching an agreement with Southampton to sign Romeo Lavia. Liverpool losing out on Caicedo and Lavia to Chelsea. Honestly, Chelsea don't even have a shirt sponsor. Chelsea don't even have a shirt sponsor. It's absolutely mad. It's absolutely mad. Aside from Minamino in January 20, also like they were helped a little by all the others and stops us having a fall-off rebuild. Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, it would have been seen as United 2018 window of Grant, Delo, and Fred. Man, if Chelsea got Lavia 2 rage stream, I would, I wouldn't be happy. Let's just say that. I wouldn't be happy. Just saying, if we get Lavia and Caicedo, our midfield will be absolutely cooking. Yeah. Yeah, it would. If they don't agree a deal, he stays at Brighton. If he doesn't agree a deal, I think he gets drafted into the reserves. He clearly doesn't want to be at Brighton anymore. As well. Don't think Caicedo can play. No, definitely not. We've also sold around 200 youngsters this window. Yeah. There's no way Caicedo will be signed and registered in time for Sunday, whoever buys him. Yeah, that's another thing. He won't be playing. And I don't think Lavia can be registered either. So But it does seem like it is a battle of the journalists this evening. Anyway, career mode with all the cheat codes, more like, yep, absolutely. Not knowing why everyone hates Chelsea is cute. What will the punishments be for FFP once guilty? How is this different to Manchester City? I don't know. I don't know. To be honest with you, FFP is a myth anyway. FFP is a complete and utter myth. As Man's case is still ongoing, yep. You have banned long contracts when signing players, in which we have been doing. Oh, it's not a fan of Liverpool. What are your thoughts on FSG after all this? This was a big window for them. This was a very, very big window for them. I'll be honest, I have been kind of quiet on FSG. I've been kind of on the fence with them. Like they have done some, they have done some good things. They have done some very, very bad things, as well. No, Fabrizio Romano. Hang on a minute. Fabrizio Romano just came out and literally just a minute ago and said Thiago has always wanted to stay at Liverpool. No Al Ali or any other move. Klopp confirms he came in and asked about his role. And we spoke. Super experienced player. Stepped up in that department. He's going to be very helpful for us. So there's a wee other thing from Mr. Romano. There's that Thiago is going to be staying at Liverpool. But just going back on obviously FSG. I think this was a big window for them. They needed to get this right. It was going well with obviously McAllister to begin with, and it was going well with obviously Szoboszlai as well. But as this window has been going on, we have not strengthened enough. And now with obviously this deal for Caicedo. Look, I don't even know what's happening at this time. At this point, I've never known a transfer sort of saga, right? Like it. Well, it's madness. It's madness. Todd Boehly is an yes, MP athlete is going to be. I haven't even heard of it. Todd Boehly simply smashes the cash whenever he feels like it. Chelsea are only going to have to allow it to bully us away from Caicedo. I don't want us given into such low tactics. No, absolutely not. The Zerbi already made his mind up with Caicedo. If he stays, he won't be playing in 2, right? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Battle of no CDMs. Yeah, it does. But actually, no, well, you kind of say Enzo Fernandez is a CDM almost of Chelsea. We always lose bidding wars. In my opinion, it's going to come out to how much Chelsea pay. FFP should do something about this Chelsea spending. Todd B is a hypocrite. Hope I'm not causing. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Murray Drummond is in. Glad to see the content back, big man. Thank you very much. I remember saying buy or sell. They only brought in 2 in reinforcements, so time to go. Thiago's going to cook. I don't know. And this is where I get really, really frustrated. I've said time and time again, or actually Southampton have said time and time again, 50 million or nothing. 50 million. It's on the table there. We want 50 million. Liverpool were offering, it was begin 41, 43, and then 45, and then that got rejected. And then Chelsea came in 48 million, and that got rejected as well. I'm going to say Curtis Jones. I would say Curtis Jones. No, nothing salty. Nothing salty at all. Nothing salty at all. I think I've been kind of relaxed on social media today. So we didn't suddenly go in for Lavia, none of this would have happened. I don't like blaming owners, to be honest. Ask me at the end of the window of FSG. That's my opinion. I'm honestly starting to believe this FFP theory. I'm just surprised Chelsea haven't given a bid yet or done anything. Yeah, it's mad. It is mad. Fabian Hendel leaving really threw a spanner in the works for us. We weren't expecting that at all. You're sadly just talking deals, not making them. It hurts the club as at some point you will have to rush to find targets to land before the window shuts. Yeah, we're leaving ourselves too open to, we've not got the midfield that we really, really wanted. McAllister and Szoboszlai is a start, but we need more. We need more than that. We definitely need more. 1st of September. So we've got 3 weeks to do this. Even though Lavia is not 50 million, we should have paid it. They said it specifically pay or go. Excuse me. Hello, Fraser Football. Hope you're well. Yes, I have seen the releases come in. Tyler Adams was coming to us, and now he's likely to go to Brighton. I think the way you have treated Tyler Adams is an absolute disgrace. I feel for the lad. He got done his medical. He was about to get everything sorted. No, Chelsea just pulled out of the deal because they knew that they wanted Caicedo. Technically, we still lead for Caicedo just because, they've not outbid us yet, but I am waiting for a sort of a Romano bomb or an Ornstein bomb to say, yep, that's it. No coming back. It certainly feels like it anyway. Considering FSG said a player from Southampton is too high, just shows how much of an embarrassment they are at the moment. Yeah, they certainly are. Chelsea would be stupid to buy both Caicedo and Lavia for 160 million combined, two players in the same position and risk FFP. Yeah, absolutely. Also, what's happening in FFP? It's a myth. It's an absolute myth, mate. Absolute myth. They're sitting in Boston while we are steaming out of our ears waiting for transfers. Or John W. Henry's on his yacht. You just don't know. At least we know we have 110 million to spend now. We've offered 110 million for Caicedo. If we lose out on Caicedo and Lavia, I don't know who to go for. That's the thing. I do not know who to go for. I mean, guys in the chat, give me some like options who we could potentially go for, because I can't think of anybody at this moment in time. Lavia ain't worth 50 million and Caicedo ain't 150. No, they're not. They're not. But again, Chelsea started sort of this with the signing of Enzo Fernandez for 106 million. As well. Every player has a price, let me just say that. Imagine Brighton signed Chelsea target Tyler Adams, Chelsea signed Liverpool target Romeo Lavia, Liverpool signed Chelsea target Moise Caicedo. Won't happen, but that'd be something. Bit of a weird one, isn't it? FSG aren't involved in transfers at all. They stumbled on the money and everything else is on a transfer committee. Yeah, and Jorg Schematka, I think that's how you say it anyway. Right. I'm going to ask this now, chat. Would you want Calvin Phillips? Because there is talk that apparently Calvin Phillips was one of the ones that was on the list. Amrabat. Yeah, I think Amrabat's potentially going to United. I'll be honest. I think he's potentially going to United. I could also potentially see him going to Atletico Madrid. Kone, been in for him before. I don't think he'll be fit yet. I don't think he's quite fit. Kefren Turan would be a very interesting one. Yusuf Fofana from the French league. Can't remember who he plays for. He's another option. Cheikh Doucouré at Crystal Palace. That's another one. But again, these are kind of names who are midfielders. They're not really CDMs, are they? Gerd Florentino, proven at Benfica, 23 years old, got time to grow, an alright DM, and then Goncalo Inacio from Sporting, good CB, could buy him as well, but still have time to grow if we don't get Caicedo. It's also going on as we speak, I believe. He's either going to Chelsea or staying at Brighton. Second, for Inacio, he looks good. He certainly does. No, Tchouaméni's not coming. Definitely not. Your man from Crystal Palace, whose name I can't spell, Doucouré. Yeah, Cheikh Doucouré. That's another one. No, he isn't. Well, indeed, he isn't a CDM anymore. Indeed, I mean, there's Kieran in Dewsbury Hall. He's not a CDM, but we seem to be getting linked with him, Nate. We're also linked with Enzo in January. We were, but we never really bidded for him, though. As well. I agree, Douglas. The longer the window goes without you getting a DM, the harder to land quality that you're craving. Yeah, absolutely. As much as I'd love Doucouré, there's AFCON, which could, that too. I did remember, forget that about that. No, I think no to Calvin Phillips. Okay. Yeah, I feel sorry for Calvin Phillips. He had the world on his shoulders at Leeds, and then decided to go to City, and it's not been great. Not been great, has it? David Lynch says Liverpool aren't withdrawing for the race from Moises Caicedo just yet. Yeah, this is going to go into the late into the night, guys. This is going to go very, very late into the night, I can tell you. Douglas Luiz, I got ridiculed when I said Douglas Luiz. I think Douglas Luiz is a very good player. I think he's a really good player. Fair point about AFCON. What about Goretzka? Again, good player. Not a CDM though. We badly need a CDM. I don't think Goretzka's a as well. FSG needs to tip it to the Tesco. Well, I'm not there anymore, Murray. I'm not at Tesco anymore. I'll take Coney or Turam at Liverpool, but both look unlikely right now. Are we still being like Kimmich? I don't know. I don't know. I think we are regretting selling Fabinho. I know Fabinho had a really, really bad season, but I think you've got to say that. I do think we are regretting that, definitely. Honestly, imagine now in January, Chelsea suddenly no Messi and Cristiano. Oh, that ain't happening. No way that's happening. With Polina injured, that would have been an ideal target. Yep. Thought Calvin Phillips was about 20, but turns out he's closer to 30, so no. Yeah, that's weird how old he is. To be fair, say if a stat midfield, he was never going to get much game time. No, absolutely not. Sangare from PSV. There was talk he was going to go to the Nottingham Forest. That's kind of gone a bit quiet as well. I honestly knew this would be the summer Fabinho goes. Yeah, absolutely. We got such good money for Fabinho, though we wouldn't be getting 40 million from anywhere else for him. Yeah. It's just been a window with so much hope. A window with so much hope. And then that the deal with obviously Caicedo and obviously the saga with Lavia just seems to have just taken it to another level. It really has. It's just not good enough. And for a club like Liverpool to be in that position as well is just ludicrous. Just to be honest, it really, really is. It is very, very ludicrous. But everyone now knows Liverpool are desperate for a DM, completely desperate for a DM. But it is what it is, and if you snooze, you lose, as I say. But it's just very annoying, very, very annoying. Let me just say that. Clubs know Liverpool need a DM. Prices are going to be crazy now. Yeah, absolutely. I honestly have a feeling that we're going to sign 0 players in January. We need more, mate. We need more in this window. Completely, we need more. We need more than what we've managed to get in this window. So, how am I feeling about Sunday? I'll be honest. Not great. I was getting my hopes up for Caicedo coming. I was getting my hopes up for, Lavia coming. But again, until they sign a shirt, until they sign until they hold a scarf up or a shirt, I'm like, it's not done. It's not done. It's not done at all. And yes, we can't be stressing about January. We can't be stressing about January. This summer window isn't complete. This isn't over yet. It is not over yet. But it is just so annoying with what has happened now that this Chelsea game now, we're going in there underprepared. We're going in there defensively. I'm really worried for us. I'm really, really worried for us. Really, really worried for us at this moment in time. To say the very least. Simply haven't strengthened enough. Nope. Absolutely not. We can't be stressing about January when the summer window isn't even done yet. Nope. Absolutely not. I have 0 confidence for the Chelsea game. I think you're feeling like that anyway, mate, to be honest. Well, as well. Sorry, Douglas, I have to go. The gaffer, hello. Sam, I think, isn't it? Is it Sam? Kane ain't going to Liverpool. He's going to Bayern. Going to Bayern Munich. Wait, quick question. What about Trent in midfield? The only way Trent starts in midfield is if we get another right back. And again, I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's going to happen. He's signing for Bayern. is as well. But yeah, I mean, as I said, where do we go from here, folks? Where do we go from here? Um, I mean, there's sort of a little bit of hope that potentially we could get Caicedo still, but I am just thinking that right now, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I do not know what's happening. Oh, and if it makes you feel better, Roberto Firmino scored a hat trick this evening for Al Ali, I think it is. Yeah, scored a hat trick on his debut for Al Ali as well. Harry Kane is so overrated. Well, England captain, I suppose. His ankles are made of styrofoam. I like that. I like that. Kane has finally found a club where he is guaranteed trophies. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Let me just check if there's been anything else on Caicedo. I don't think there has been, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. Thuram's trending again, which is interesting. Let's have a look. Caicedo and Lavia. Olisi's trending as well. Let's check Ian Doyle because he's been on the money actually. Perhaps the main take from the last 24 hours is that if you work for Brighton and someone tells you something needs doing at a certain time, don't worry yourself too much. Yeah, absolutely. And then Ian Doyle said earlier, between Chelsea and the Saudi Pro League, are there any players left? Yeah. Mars moving quickly today. This from about 80 minutes ago, already in danger of being overtaken. Not least for Chelsea move for Tyler Adams having collapsed. This could be instructive for what happens next with LFC. I suppose we just have to wait and see. We just have to wait and see what will happen this evening. But it could go into tomorrow. It could go into Sunday. The whole thing is a complete mess, and as well that it did say that Chelsea have obviously got full agreement with obviously Romeo Lavia. Don't rule out another bid from Liverpool, according to can't remember his name, Sashan Tobalali, who's like a Belgian journalist, as well. So we'll see. Yeah. There are options we get at the end. Douglas Luiz, Florentino Luiz, lots of options out there for me. Yeah. Andre Fluminense as well. It remains to be seen. It does remain to be seen. Anyway, Kane did score 30 goals. Yeah, he did. Kai said no more. Yeah. Saudi Pro League combined 11. No, thanks. Hey, Arpon up, you're good. Klopp seems ready to go in his press conference early. Yeah, he is. He is hungry. He is hungry, but this will really, really affect him. So, do you think Klopp would actually say? Caicedo's obviously said no to Liverpool. Klopp wouldn't want him at Liverpool, not with an attitude like that. Definitely not. As well, it could go for a week. Yes, it could go for a week, but I'll obviously leave it there. Thank you to everyone who's watched this evening. If you are new to the channel, please do consider hitting that subscribe button, and also do leave a like on the video. It does help massively with the algorithms, and as everyone says, everyone with YouTube does like algorithms as well. But guys, we'll just need to wait and see what will happen. And all I'll say is, don't believe signings happening unless they've signed paperwork, they've got a scarf, or they've got a shirt on as well. So that is something as well. Take care, Douglas, everyone. And up the Reds, absolutely, as well. But guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Just in sort of terms of obviously the Chelsea game, I am potentially going to be doing a reaction, but it'll be pre-recorded. I'll do that sort of pre-record. I think from now on, probably match reactions are probably going to be pre-recorded. Just obviously with what's happening in my life coming up as well. So I'll definitely this that. I only believe when I see the Fabrizio Romano. Here we go. Yeah, absolutely as well. But guys, thank you very much for watching and enjoy your weekends. I'm pretty sure you will do. And if Caicedo signs, he signs. If he doesn't, then we obviously move on to other targets. But from myself, it is good night, and you'll never walk alone. Cheers, Reds.